Overnight line movers, SBRodds.com, the best place on the internet to check those line moves. As we know, they're always moving some of these games as well. Didn't talk about it earlier in the show, Teddy. Let's dig in a little bit here. NBA opening lines on the finals game number 4 in Oakland tomorrow night. Again, we see similar opening here, Teddy. -5.5. Total's a little bit higher here at 216 with the money line split of plus 190, -230. Surprising for you there, and about what you expected on that?
No, I'm not surprised because this, in theory, is supposed to be the Warriors' bounce-back spot, and the markets are pricing that. And look, from all indications, Klay's going to play in this game, and a Warriors team with Klay Thompson on the floor is likely to look a whole lot different than one without him. They were lost without him last night. But, KD, very questionable. In my mind, this game is a lot more about Toronto than it is about Golden State. Do the Raptors have that go-for-the-kill mentality off a road win? They did win back-to-backs, game 3 and 4 in Orlando, going that series 1-1. Of course, I would say the Warriors are a different animal than the Magic. They only had one win in the Philly series, got a win and then lost. Only one win in the Milwaukee series on the road. So it's not like they have the – I don't know if the Raptors have that go-for-the-kill mentality. If they do, I mean, there was no question who the team was last night. And the Warriors looked very out of sync, and I'm concerned about that moving forward. Note the total a notch or two higher. Last night, everyone was saying, oh, no Klay, the Warriors' offense is going to suffer. Well, their defense suffered every bit as much. Toronto had open looks all night long. And the markets for the total certainly reflecting that.
Yeah, really good point on that, Teddy, with the defense of Klay Thompson. That's what we talked about yesterday. Just because that hamstring, hey, forget about shooting the three-pointers. He's an elite-level defender. We'll see if that carries over. Tomorrow, big show. I mean, obviously, we're going to have the Belmont we're going to talk about and also the NBA Finals Game 4. How about some runs in Texas, Teddy? How about the ebbs and flows here? 23 runs one night, 3 the next night. Now we have a total set at 11 today with Hess and Gerardo. And let's talk about that Lone Star State, Teddy. Seeing that wind blowing out 10 miles an hour, 90 degrees at first pitch. Woo! Load up those bats, Teddy.
Yeah, sure. And, of course, the way, we say there were 23 runs scored in the one game and 3 in the next, but the way they went down. Texas, 6 runs in the bottom of the ninth to almost steal game 1 against this beleaguered Orioles bullpen. And then last night's game goes into extra innings, and Texas again scores in extra innings with a pair of runs to win the ball game. That's an issue when you talk about Baltimore's bullpen, especially with David Hess starting. I mean, Hess, 7 runs allowed in 4 innings against the Giants. Giants can't hit can't hit their way to a wet paper bag. You're bombed by the Giants. He hasn't won a game since April 1st. One start against the Rangers last August, gave up 7 runs in 3 1/3. Hess, no strikeouts, no ground ball outs. Those are ugly numbers. The markets are really looking to fade him every time he goes to the hill. And, of course, considering the state of the bullpen behind him and the Rangers' bullpen behind him, I'm not surprised at all that this game has seen over money and early betting action.
Definitely hitting weather down there in Texas. Let's take a look at the markets. Opening for the Astros is a huge favorite. Looking in a bounce-back mode, you got your ace on the mound, Jason Verlander, and looks like Justin Verlander. Stros open up 215, around 200 in that range. Still sitting around it, so not a lot of movement. We're still going to get a 2-1 favorite here on the road. Total of 8, Verlander versus Malone.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a little bit of money coming in against Houston in this ballgame, despite the fact the Astros 5-1 after the last 6 losses. Why are they coming on the Astros today? Well, Tommy Malone, he's notching strikeouts, and they love the pitchers that get strikeouts, although he did need 96 pitches to go just 4 1/3 against L.A. in his last outing. Worth noting, Verlander's numbers, not sustainable. Okay, he's got a low ground ball rate. That's a concern for the betting markets. He has a 95% strand rate. That's not going to last. He has a 161 BABIP, batting average on balls in play. That obviously is long past due for correction. So we're seeing some of the anti-Astros money coming against Verlander, who's put up some numbers that are, quite frankly, unsustainable over the course of a long season.